You're looking at a daily chart of the Nasdaq. Welcome to my daily review. The Nasdaq got within 5 points of that February 2nd high. Here it was 12,269. Today the high was 12,264. You can see the trajectory of the January rally, then the pullback. And now this rally is taking a little longer. It was taking a lot longer, and it's not moving at the same trajectory, but it's limping along, and it's a rally, and it's in an uptrend. It's just it would be nice if it could, take out this high here with some volume, but it's going to do what it wants to do. And we know that the large cap technology stocks are driving it. And I just want to take a look around here at some of the drug stocks, some of the stocks that are on our leaderboard, and some that I own. That's what I'm interested in. Anyway, this is Novo Nordisk reported stellar earnings last week, and it was just to buy the rumor and sell the news event. So it gapped lower after reporting strong earnings and was up Friday, and today gapped higher, more than 3%. And every time it pulls back, it's finding support here. You can see that over and over again. It's not real hard to tell. A little pullback here, support, and now after earnings support, and their problem is too much demand. That's a nice problem to have. TGTX was up 38% last week, so it's going to see a little bit of profit taking here. This 10 EMA is it's rising about $1 a day. It's like at 30 something dollars now already, $30.11 today. So it's 9.9% above its 10 EMA, and maybe it'll form a little shelf here and allow this moving averages to catch up a little bit. It had such a torrid run here that a little pullback was expected, and it needs to consolidate after this nice uptrend, consolidate a little bit. So I'm going to keep my eyes on TGTX, and this is Viking Therapeutics, VKTX, Viking. This one made another new high today and then pulled back to finish close flat on the session, but it did make another new high. And just they're going to have a readout here pretty soon, by the end of June, I believe. And if the data is good, it's going to go higher. If it's bad, it's going to go much lower. So I think it's a little better than a coin flip here that their data is good, but you never know with these biotech stocks, and you always have to practice some risk management there. IMGN, this is one that, when I see a gap like this, it always interests me. And it's been trading higher since this, the high of 31 on what is it, Wednesday? Yeah, and it just keeps, kind of grinding higher. Closed today right near that high from Wednesday. But yeah, with that move, with that kind of volume, you just cannot be ignored. And I'm going to move on from the drug stocks to the medical stocks. TMDX was, they had a secondary today. I was interested to see how the stock would respond to the news, and not too well. It was down more than 4% and sliced its 50 on heavy volume. So that is never a good sign, but I'm going to keep my eye on it, because sometimes these things, will do the Debo and plant their foot in the ground and just reverse higher. So I'm definitely going to keep my eye on that one. Another stock that reported earnings tonight. It fell today on some garbage rumor, and then it's up again tonight, near 287 after hours, after reporting strong earnings. And so just some shenanigans going on with that. It's very difficult to trade around earnings, and you have to have a real big cushion there to sustain, maybe some heavy blows that might be coming. But that one responded well to earnings so far. This is LNTH, and this had a nice response to earnings and had an inside day on Friday, and today it just it had a decent day. It was up like 1%, but it's still extended from those moving averages here. But you could see the trend is definitely higher. Just that that was a nice move on earnings last week. And the last one in this group is NNOX, NNOX Imaging. They have the FDA clearance, and you could see the move on that one. Definitely not to be ignored. This one continues to trade higher. This was the date, I think. What was that, May 1? Yeah, it just traded up all last week. It was up. Last week it was up. Let's check this out here. 149%, not a bad week. And today followed through with a nice 7% gain. So Somebody's buying that stock. It's not Aunt Sally. The home builders, I'm gonna go through these quickly. Greenback is, definitely in charge in this group, and it just gapped up after earnings, and every day it's just trading higher and higher. So this one is, I wanted to put it on our leading stock list. Just doesn't really have the growth. It definitely has the performance though. And it's a small, thinly traded stock, but it's been performing well. TPH is another one in this group, Tri Point Homes, that is just, trending higher, and it's been one of the leading stocks in 2023 of the home builders. And DHI was on our watch list, but it's definitely gone now. It just broke out and just keeps trading higher, pulled back to its 10 EMA and found support. The other one was what, KB Homes, I believe. Yes, KB Homes. That one trending higher. That was on our watch list around 40 and is trending higher. And of course, Builder, this one had a rare ascending base here. You see base on base as it trades higher, then it just broke out. This does not look sustainable here. This trajectory here looks like it's very toppy, but good for the longs there on Builder. Yeah, look at that ascending base and just trading higher. Last week was up 17%. I don't know if that's within its character, but congrats to the longs. With Builder, I want to take a look at some of the semiconductor stocks. Would be nice to get the semiconductors rolling. AMD was on our ready list this morning, and it popped nearly 6%. NVDA, of course, is the leader in this group, and it just is trending higher. I know some people were trying to short it at 280, and it pulled back to 262, and they were pounding their chest, and now here it is at 291. So it's just very tough to. I mean, why would you short a stock that's trending higher in an uptrending market? That's really silly. There's other stocks to short, maybe just for a day trade, but that's not my style at all. This is a MBLY. I just want to show the couple of the semiconductors sold off hard with earnings, and now they're making recoveries. This one traded down below 30, down to 29 after earnings, and now today is up to 39. That's a nice $10 gain. And same with Impinj. This one traded down after earnings. I believe it got down to $80, and now it's at 94. So those are nice recoveries there for the semiconductors that sold off hard. Last but not least, the retailers. I love shoes. ONON just had an inside day today. They report earnings on May 16th. There was some confusion about that, but it definitely has it on their website, and they're going to report geographically, to show how well they're dominating. They're taking market share in the United States. I'm sure they're doing pretty well. ELF, it just pulled back to its 21 and trying to find support here, and it closed 0.5% above the 21 today. So ELF over 90. They have earnings on the 25th, so you definitely have to pay attention to the earnings. And LULU is the last one I'm going to go over today, and that is just pulled back to its 10 EMA. And this one is just some people might say it's wedging higher and lower volume, but that's a nice gap up on earnings. Formed a little shelf, and now it's trading higher. That's a trend to me. So anyway, that's what makes a market. We never give up.